Hello, fellow seekers of health. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician, and today, if we can pull it off, I'm excited to talk to Dr. Steven Lin, who is a dentist who recently wrote a book called The Dental Diet. And Dr. Lin and I agree on a great many things, and I think you'll really enjoy this conversation. I think that he's joining us from Australia, so I'm not sure how the connection's going to go. I'm going to give Dr. Lin a few minutes to join, and if he can't join, we may have to reschedule this. But we're going to try as we might. If you have teeth, this is going to be a very important video. I saw Marcella said that she has teeth, and Tim says he has one tooth left. JK. But this is also a very, very important topic for if you're a grandparent or a parent of someone with teeth, especially a little one, because that's when we can do the most good is when somebody like my youngest Beckett, he's now 7 months old. He has 3 teeth and a 4th one quickly coming in. It's at this stage of the game where you as a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle can start to have an impact on the child's teeth and their jaw bone development, and then ultimately on their entire body health. Many dentists, Dr. Lin included, feels like that the mouth and the teeth are kind of the canary in the coal mine when it comes to overall body health. If you're eating a diet that is not good for your teeth, in other words, it's giving you cavities, dental abscesses, it's causing you to have inadequate mandibular or maxillary development, then that diet is also probably going to harm the rest of your body as well. So I think this is going to be a very exciting discussion, I hope. I don't see Dr. Lin yet. I know he's having a connection difficulty. He's trying to get connected, and we're going to give him 5 or 10 minutes. Everybody jump on, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from, and hit the thumbs and the hearts and the smiley faces so that we get some good activity going here, because I think there are millions of parents and grandparents and friends and family who really want the best for their little ones and their teeth and their overall health. And the diet that we're going to talk about today is the diet that you need for good tooth health and body health and mind health. I'm tending to refer to this more and more as the proper human diet, as you may know, because for the 99.999% of our time on this planet, we have eaten certain foods and we have never eaten other foods. And over the last 60 or 70 years, hey, thanks a lot, Dennis, for the super chat. Over the last 50, 60, 70 years, all of a sudden it's become very faddish. It's become very popular to eat lots of sugars and drink lots of sugars, whether that's in a soda or a soft drink, or it's in orange juice or apple juice, or the worst of all for kids' teeth, grape juice. That's now very fashionable. That's proclaimed as very healthy, even though it ain't so. So then grains. Well, human beings have never eaten grains like we eat grains today, and grains break down into sugar. That's what they do, and also they tend to grind down the teeth, as we can see in the Egyptian mummies. Of course, they ground their wheat with rocks, and so there was sand and stuff in there too. But the Egyptian cultures, where we really start to see lots of dental abscesses, because they ate basically an ovo-lacto vegetarian diet. That's what they lived on. They ate lots of beans, lots of grains, lots of fruits, and every now and then they'd eat a little bit of meat, but not much. And their teeth are atrocious in the mummified remains that we're able to see. And most people think that the mummies from Egypt were only the leaders, the upper class. And in my study of paleoanthropology, I've got quite a few books on that now that I'm working on. Everybody in Egypt, except for the homeless and maybe prisoners, got mummified. There were 3 different ways you could be mummified, each one costing more than the next. But all 3 of these stored your remains. And so if you lived in Egypt and you at least had a job, or you're in any way a productive member of society, you were mummified because they believed that was necessary for you to get to their heaven. And so everybody got mummified, not just the elite. So which is not, that's just, a lot of people believe that, and they think, well, the elite, they had lots of, sugars and lots of treats. No, this is everybody in Egypt had terrible dentition because they ate lots of grains and beans and fruits. And so I'm still not seeing Dr. Lin. This is making me sad. I was really, really excited about this. We'll give him a few more minutes here. Hey, South Dakota. Hey, Huntsville, Chattanooga, Toronto, Illinois. There's Claudia from New Mexico. All right, guys. Thanks so much for jumping on and joining me. If we can't get Dr. Lin today, I promise that I will reschedule this because I think this is such an important conversation to have. And, when you go to the dentist, they say, oh, you need to, don't eat sticky candy. At least that's what my dentist told me when I was a kid. And maybe he said don't drink soft drinks. But, hey, Bo, thanks for the super chat, brother. My wisdom tooth was eroded too much and twice regular extractions failed. Now it's not giving me any problem, no pain, no infection. Can I ignore it and avoid surgical removal? Yeah, Bo, that's a great question. Now, any dentist in the world, except maybe Dr. Lin, will tell you need to get that cut out. But if it's not causing you any pain, any inflammation, any infection, leave it alone, okay? I just saved you at least $1,000 right there with that advice. Now, if you start to have redness, swelling, pain, fever, any of those things around that tooth, then yeah, you got to go to the dentist and get it taken care of because that inflammation could become chronic if you just let it sit there, and you don't want that at all. I've got a tooth much like that years ago abscessed and basically exploded in my mouth, and I've still got the poor little jagged remnants left in there. It never hurts, it never swells, it never gives me any problem, it's never inflamed. And I intend on spending the rest of my life with my ugly little snaggletooth back there in the back. Come on, Dr. Lin, you can do this. I know you can. Crystal says, what are the wisdom teeth good for? So we need all of our teeth. And I'll go ahead and start. I'll spill the beans on this one topic since you brought that up, Crystal. So we need all of our teeth, all three of our molars. And so the wisdom teeth would be considered the third molar. But the problem is when kids grow up eating mush, like rice cereal, oatmeal, shredded wheat, stuff that you don't even really have to chew, stuff that's just mushy, SpaghettiOs. You can just, the list goes on and on and on, just cold, mushy, sweet stuff. They never have to really chew like our ancestors' children did. And when a young child like Beckett's 7 months old now, he's eating scrambled eggs, he's eating chicken liver, he's gnawing on rib bones. He loves fatty beef brisket. When he's chewing on those things, not only is he not getting any sugar or grains on his teeth, but he's actually helping to develop his mandible and his maxilla. Those are the maxilla's up here, mandibles down here. When you don't chew things like human beings are supposed to, tough, chewy things, then you don't develop those bones and you wind up not having enough room for your third molars, which we call, at least in the US, we call them our wisdom teeth. I'm not sure why that is. But if you grow up on mush, then you're going to have a shortened mandible and maxilla, and you're not going to have room for the third molars. And I don't know why dentists don't talk about this more, because Weston A. Price did a great study that you may have read his book. But he went and looked at indigenous populations that still chewed on meat and jerky and biltong and gnawed the bone and chewed rough, fibrous tubers and vegetables. All of their third molars, their wisdom teeth, came in perfectly. None of those guys ever had to go to the dentist to have a wisdom tooth cut out because they exercised their jaw bones and their jaw muscles. A lot of people think that bones are like rocks. They never change, but your bones are changing and remodeling constantly. And that's why if you just sit around in a chair for 45 years of your life, you're going to have weak, brittle bones because you haven't stressed them. But the more you stress them, when you start taking the stairs or on the Stairmaster, you start jogging, you start jumping, running, playing basketball, soccer, you strengthen your bones. It's a very slow process, but it absolutely happens. The same goes for your maxilla and your mandible. And it's just, I don't know why doctors don't. I mean, dentists, I guess they get paid to take out wisdom teeth, but that feels very disingenuous if they know that that's what's happening and they don't let you know. I'm still not seeing Dr. Lin. Dang it. We'll give him a few more minutes here. Let's see. Does drinking apple cider vinegar harm my teeth? Deanie says, I don't think so. If you use it like 15 mLs once or twice or 3 times a day, I don't think it's going to harm your teeth at all. Now, if you just sit and swig on apple cider vinegar and keep that acidic vinegar in your mouth all day long, every day, it could have some effect on your enamel. But just drinking it diluted in Ketorade, if you don't know what that is, I've got a video on this channel on YouTube about Ketorade and how you can use that when you're fasting. But no, Mitzi, I think he's got the time wrong, because I told him 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now that I'm talking to people all over the world, I'm always careful to do that. Let me pull up my Gmail. Maybe it won't mess me up here. See if he's replied. No, I don't have another reply from him. He just said he was sorting a connection issue. Over here, we try to fix it, but in Australia, they try to sort it. Isn't that cute? Both of them, not just his, but mine too. He might be in a storm area, Lori. I don't know. We'll give him a few more minutes, and then if he doesn't pop on, we'll reschedule this very, very important conversation. I can tell you guys, we got almost 1,000 people watching, so I can tell that this is going to be a big topic, and it's very, very important. And it's one of those things where cavities are completely preventable. Like, you can literally raise a child to never have a single cavity in their entire childhood if you feed them the proper human diet. You can raise a child who will never have to have their third molars or their wisdom teeth cut out if you feed them the proper human diet with lots of chewy food that they've got to exercise their jawbones with. You can probably almost, and I'm sure there's exceptions to this, but you can virtually have a child who never needs braces or orthodontic surgery to straighten this or realign that. All these things happen. I mean, have you ever seen an animal in the wild, a deer, a fox, a coyote, that needed braces, or their teeth are all perfectly aligned, their jaw lines are perfectly sized and shaped? They work perfectly because they grow up eating a coyote appropriate diet, or a proper fox diet, or a proper deer diet. And so their jaws develop and their teeth are perfect. And so that's the thing you got to understand, is this is almost 100% preventable that your child ever would have to go through this kind of pain. And it's just beyond me why more dentists don't talk about it. Yeah, dentists definitely, sticky candy and soft drinks are bad for teeth. Yeah, but come on, let's step it up a notch. How is the sugar in orange juice or grape juice? How is that sugar different than the sugar in a Coke or a Pepsi? I don't think it is. Bo says, is it advisable to avoid fluoride toothpaste? If yes, what is your recommendation? Yeah, it's a great question, Bo. I don't use fluoridated toothpaste. No one in my family does. Beckett's not going to. There are many, many sources of fluoride in your diet. And humans only need the tiniest little amount of fluoride. Fluoride is one of those minerals that more is not better. And fluoride is a mineral. It's an element on the periodic table of the elements. You're going to get plenty of that. A lot of people don't know that coffee has a little bit of fluoride in it. And other foods, depending on what ground and what soil it's grown in, is going to have some fluoride in it. I don't see any point in exposing my family to extra fluoride, either in toothpaste or dental rinses or anything like that. Thanks for that super chat, Bo. Appreciate it. Let's see what else we got here. We can answer another question or two. Do you guys use fluoridated toothpaste, or do you try to avoid it, or have you not really thought about it either way? Let me know. Clean tooth said, my 3 kids never had cavities and no fluoride. Yeah, so I don't think fluoride is necessary. Now, if you're eating just a standard American crap diet and you don't brush your teeth very often, you might need to use some fluoride. But if you're eating the proper human diet, I think it's completely unnecessary to use additional fluoride. Yeah, lots of people are saying they avoid it. One person said they use it. Amy said she's not thought about that. Amy, what are you doing? Come on, girl. This is a thinking person's Facebook page. You got to think about everything that goes in your mouth. I'm just playing with you a little bit. Donna says no fluoride. I'm still not getting Dr. Lin. Dang it. Susan says no fluoride in our family. Baking soda for Shelly. Yep. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm afraid. Let me check my email one more time. No, I think we're going to strike out on Dr. Lin today. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to reschedule this, and we'll test our connection and make sure everything's right. Dr. Lin would have been joining us from Australia, so that's quite a distance for the connection to travel. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this, guys. So sorry. I'll be back next Wednesday. Maybe have Lin next Wednesday, but definitely he's going to be on here soon, okay? Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for the super chats, guys, and thanks for the stars on Facebook. I'll be back as soon as I get this sorted. Thanks a lot.